All right, y'all boys, welcome to the video. To all my traders, investors, quants, swing traders, scalp traders, high frequency traders, intraday traders. Welcome to this video. Let me close this. All right, I want to show y'all my project. Basically, I just built a quant research platform where you can take an idea, a hypothesis, and determine if it's profitable in very simple terms. Now, this process got many steps in between to get to that point to determine if it's profitable or if it's not. And we're gonna walk through that today, show y'all exactly what it is. And as you see, like this code down here is moving in my terminal. That's because I got a strategy that's executing live right now on a practice account. It's not on a live account. I'm not putting real money on this, but you know, once we find out if it's profitable or not, if it is profitable, we gonna deploy live capital. Anyways, have you ever wondered to yourself, like, man, I just want an algorithmic trading system, or I just want a quantitative trading system where I can put my strategy into words. After I put the strategy into words, formulate a hypothesis to test my strategy, and then AI just automatically test everything. Back test it, forward test it, live test it for transaction costs and everything to see if it's profitable after transaction costs. So we're gonna go through all that today. So I'm finna give you a live demonstration of how it works. I could like go over and explain quant research and every all the code and everything, each folder. It's so many different features in this site, but yeah, we just gonna go through it. So I used to just be coding like different strategies, testing them like with code. Now I'm just doing it through an interface, and it make things extremely more easy. So for example, let's make this full screen, and let's go on your USD, right? So right now I have a VWAP on here, volume weighted moving average, but let's just take that off for a second, right? Now let's just look. We are on the 15-minute time frame, and it looked like price is bullish, right? So let's test the hypothesis, or let's develop our hypothesis. Let's say after, let's say buy after 3 consecutive bullish candles, meaning price is closing higher than the previous candle after every candle for 3 candles in a row, and that's our buy signal, right? Now I'm making all this up right now, like just right now, but let's say that's our hypothesis. Price is bullish, so every time it consecutively closes 3 candles in a row, place a buy, right? That's a very simple hypothesis. Now we got some old metrics from a test I ran. So this is, let me show y'all. This is the control lab right here. Basically, where you come up with your hypothesis, AI fixes it and formats it for you. You use it as a hypothesis and you run. But first, what you have to do is select the data set. So for me, since this is a Forex research platform currently, it will be integrated into stocks and crypto pretty soon, but right now it's just foreign exchange currencies. So let's say I wanted to trade your USD, for example, on the 15-minute time frame, and let's look back 30 calendar days, so just a full month of data. And then basically you got the settings of the strategies, and then like your risk to reward parameters. Minimum risk to reward 1.10, 85 traded a day is our gate, right? So let's prepare this data. So it says Awanda data is prepared now. So what we want to do is say test whether a momentum strategy is profitable on the 15-minute time frame of your USD using a 3 candle close trade criteria. All right. This is supposed to be candle. I said Daniel. So we're going to make this candle. Right. Test whether a momentum strategy is profitable on the 15-minute time frame of your USD using a 3 candle close criteria. If price closes higher than the previous candle for 3 consecutive candles, enter a buy. Right now, this is a very, very rough. You see, as you see, I'm misspelling stuff. So this is a very rough hypothesis. So what we can do here, fix our prompt with AI, and it's gonna take our rough strategy idea and actually format it into a testable hypothesis. And it says this study tests the quantitative hypothesis that entering a long position on EURUSD on the M15 timeframe after 3 consecutive higher candle closes generate a positive expectancy after accounting for spread and transaction costs. The performance of this momentum rule will be evaluated using net return, profit factor, expectancy, R, maximum drawdown, trade count, walk forward consistency to determine whether is a genuine edge exists or not. So we're going to use this as our research hypothesis, and it's going to populate into our hypothesis box like so, and then we run our development search, right? So this is going to take a little minute to run. It's only 30 days, and so it shouldn't take that long, but it might take like 3 to 5 minutes just to run like everything. But as you see, this is our data set right here. We got EURUSD on the 15-minute time frame. We got 2,000 candles. Almost half of those candles are used for deployment or development, and then we're going to validate it on 422 candles and then test it on another 400 candles that it hasn't seen yet to make sure it works. Because sometimes you can have strategies that overfit to the data. So like it'll learn the data and make a strategy profitable for only that data. And if you try to use it on another market or another asset, it don't perform the same because it overfit to the previous financial market. So that's kind of like where we at right now. And that's the concept of overfitting, and it's extremely important in like quantitative finance and algorithmic trading. And I kind of want to show you all what it looks like. So I'm gonna pull up a example. This is a perfect example right here. So I'm not sure if y'all can really see this. I kind of want to blow it up if I can. All right, perfect. All right, so this is a classification model. Basically, if you have a picture of red apples and green apples, and you give the model a new apple, it has to decide if that apple is red or green, right? Using computer vision. And this is regression, kind of like what we're doing now, like linear regression. So continuous moving patterns, things of that nature. So this is a overfit model. So as you see, like as the data is going to this little curve, the model is trying to fit every single data point. And if you apply it to something like a different model, it's still gonna have this same structure and it's gonna perform different on a new data set. Now, this is the perfect fit right here in the middle because it captures the trend, but it's not trying to fit every single data point. This is what we call like the line of best fit. I'm sure if you've seen like y equals mx plus b, or if you did that in math class, you understand what this is. Now, this is an underfit model. Like, as you see, it kind of does capture the trend for the most part, but at the same time, it's not capturing the nuance of the trend. So this is like a U, right? This is just a straight line going straight up, but it's not capturing like this part up here. So it's underfit. It's not capturing the data properly. This is perfect and this is overfit. So that's what I'm trying to avoid my model from doing, is overfit models and be deployable and applicable to any financial market, right? So if we go back, we got our metrics here. So it looks like we got a profit factor of 1.5, which is actually pretty good. That's one of the best. Yeah, a return of 2.3% over the last 30 days is pretty darn good for an algorithmic trading system. It could be better, but nonetheless, it is profitable. Profit factor 1.54. Anything over 1.0 is profitable. Expectancy is 0.27. So if I take a trade for every dollar, I'm expected to get 0.27 back. Max drawdown was limited to 1.5%, which is fire, and that is over 17 trades. So it's not over trading, taking unnecessary trades or anything like that. I actually like this strategy setup, or this hypothesis, pretty good. And then they give us like different charts. So we had a strategy that had a 1.4 profit factor and a 1.5 profit factor. Um, this one is okay. Yeah, this is the most profitable one. I'm factoring in drawdowns and everything. This one only took 4 trades, so it's like that's not enough data to determine if this strategy is profitable or not. This one took 17 trades, which is pretty good, pretty consistent, right? And then you got your walk forward. All those basically fail like within no trades present on the walk forward. The evolution of the strategies, so like basically generating new strategies based on the previous strategies, like doing London only and things of that nature. Those tended to also perform good as well. And I got like the strategy JSON here, so you can see what the strategy exactly entails. So it's a Euro USD on the 15-minute time frame, very small risk size, 0.0001 in pips, micro lots. Direction, we're doing buys and shorts. EMA alignment, we got some moving average periods, entry criteria, momentum breakout, look back bars 2, minimum move pips 3, stop loss fixed at 12 pips. And actually AI makes all this for you based on your prompt. And then tests like other parameters as well. But you can kind of see like it do all the days, London and New York session times. And then we like kind of simulate a spread. Let's say like 0.8 pips is the spread, and then the slippage is 0.2. Um, yeah, and this is a OpenAI is the model I'm using to test this, and then the hypothesis is shortening the momentum breakout look back 2 bars with 3.0 pip move threshold during overlap hours increases M15 trade generation while preserving directional movement alignment. This is actually the hypothesis that ChatGPT or OpenAI came up with while testing these strategies. So it took my original hypothesis, tested some strategies, and then found a profitable strategy and came up with this hypothesis. So this is like a research platform that finds strategies for you. Now you can download this JSON or this strategy, and you can save it to see if it's like replicatable of across different markets. But also, this next tab is our cross market research platform, where basically like I can select this same strategy and test it across, let's just say, odd CAD, and see if it's profitable. And I can also test it on, let's say, another one, GBP, JPY. So the Great Britain pound versus the Japanese yen. Odd CAD is the Aussie dollar versus the Canadian dollar. And what we can do is prepare those data sets of odd CAD and GBP, JPY. Once those data sets are ready, we can test our strategy that we just came up with on those pairs as well. And you can see here, these are 100% profitable. The median profit factor is 1.4. This is crazy because this is like the most profitable strategy I've seen so far. So odd CAD is 1.7 profit factor, expectancy of 0.35, limit and drawdown the return was 2.86, limit and drawdown 1.57 over 16 trades, win rate 56%. This one was barely profitable. Didn't really get that much back, 0.58%, 0.5%, and then the drawdown was at 3.11, so higher, and then you had higher trades. So odd CAD, this is a very strong strategy, and then it gives you like why it worked. The results was mixed. Positive characteristics include profit factor clearing the 1.10 research threshold, which we put over here. Expectancy cleared the plus 0.02 research threshold. Net return was positive. Drawdown stayed inside the 15% development gate. Weakness included the trade sample was below 100 trades. Yeah, that's my thing. Like it's weak because we don't have enough data points or enough trades to discover if it's really profitable or not. In that case, we would go back and put like maybe the last 6 months. So 180 days, and then test it over that and see if it's still profitable, right? So this is kind of like our strategy here. This is the best strategy, and you can kind of go to like the strategy and what it looks like, and you can read it like from a human's perspective and not a coder's perspective. This is like the deployment part that I have in my other tab here, because the research platform is different than obviously like the deployment phase. But obviously if you go here to our diagnostic, it go over the strategies, why they failed or why they were good. That's pretty much the research part of it. Now when we go to our quant, research platform where you can actually like overly analyze data or like deploy um, where you can deploy these strategies live on an account, which I'm currently doing right now. But this had a 1.6 profit factor, so we're gonna replicate um, and save these. Let me see if it worked. So this is our market winner right now. So as you can see, 3.35 return, 1.6 profit factor, drawdown 1.06. So yeah, that's where we at right now, and it was over the all cap, but we originally started it on the your USD, right? So yeah, that's kind of the strategy. How it looks right now. Now the deployment part is where it get interesting. Now I already deployed it, but basically what you would do is understand this activates an automated strategy on my Awanda practice account. Orders can be submitted when signals and risk checked. These are all the parameters. So it's 0.25 per trade. Daily loss limit is 1%, which is very conservative, but also very solid. Account drawdown limit 5%. Max spread pips 1.5, and then max unit orders 100K. Right. So these are all your risk parameters or trading parameters here, and then you deploy it to a Wanda practice account, and your basically in the back end, this is what that looks like. So it's running the algorithm or the strategy in the background, evaluating basically what your USD looks like right now, and seeing if we have some signals. The status is active. Message: no entry condition was triggered, meaning no three candles have closed above in the last. When did I start that research? How about this? I don't even remember, but it looked like I started this at I don't know, maybe 10 minutes ago, something like that. But if you can see here, like since we had this bearish candle, like maybe 15, 30 minutes ago, that didn't execute. So in order for us to get a trade, this we need to close above this one, and then we need another candle that close above this one, and then another candle that close above this one, and then that will activate our long trade with our stop loss and take profit already entered. And yeah, that's what the strategy looks like. But it's already running right here, but I'm finna stop it because this actually running another strategy that I was testing. So let's actually stop this. No active deployment, so no strategy is currently deployed right now, but I'm finna deploy that strategy that we just had on all cat. So now it's running. Yeah, we running right now. And yeah, so that's where we at. I kind of want to. Okay, yeah, no entry was triggered on Aussie dollar. This is not even Aussie dollar. It was most profitable on all USD. So honestly, if we close above this candle, we already we didn't close above it, but this candle didn't close yet. Still got 8 minutes in it. If it does close higher, and then we get another close here, that would be our entry. But yeah, that's the strategy currently. That's the research platform. So we got the basically where we run a research platform and we like test our hypothesis, and then you have the part where you deploy actual strategies and you analyze certain strategies, shit like that. But yeah, that's where we at currently. This is very smooth. I'm loving it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. I kind of want to see this take a trade and see if it'll win or lose, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video. This has been a banger. This is what I built. Enjoy. Subscribe to the channel and also join the 5K laboratory. Link in the description is my Discord where I make projects like this. We all trade live options, stocks, forex, futures, anything you can think of, crypto. And yeah, it's just a whole bunch of minorities just like myself that's tapped in to financial markets. So y'all tap in, join up. Let me see y'all in the next one. Gang.